Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 in Kinlaig, Scotland. We're going to pick up right where we left off in the last episode there because it's already getting a little bit late in the day and we still have lots of work to do. We still have a wheat field to harvest over there. We still have to pick up and put away all of our grass from our grass field up there. We haven't done anything with it yet. It is mowed, but we have to either get it into our silage pits or convert it into hay and do something with it. I'm still not 100% sure what we're going to do because we don't have a baler. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I was thinking maybe we'll just do a little bit of hay for this one and we could maybe just even like pile it up right here beside the cows because that's kind of the main thing that we're going to use it for. We can always get a bucket for our loader for our tractor there, and then we can use that to just kind of dump the loose hay into this feeding zone. I think I'm pretty sure that would work. I've never actually tried that before, but I assume that would be a thing because our cows still don't really have any food here. They should have meadow, but I'm assuming because we just started the game and it's still the first month, the meadow hasn't started to grow in yet. So yeah, as you can see down in the bottom right there, it does still say that we have 0 meadow. So I'm hoping by next month that actually starts to grow and we will be able to feed them some meadow. But for now, I definitely want to get these guys a little bit of food. We will have to use hay for the sheep as well, but they do actually have a couple bales that the game started with just beside their shed. So they should be good for a little while. There's not too many sheep in there, so they're not going to eat a whole lot. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe we just pile up some hay right here. It's going to be kind of in the way, but it shouldn't be too bad because we're already done with harvesting this field and we probably won't plant it again until next year. So I think we're going to be fine if we just kind of pile up some hay. We'll maybe do a couple trailer loads of hay and just pile it there to be able to feed our cows because, yeah, as I mentioned before, we do have the animal or the enhanced animal system installed here, which is a mod that kind of makes the animal husbandry a little bit more realistic, and our cows will start to die if we don't keep their health up. So yeah, we definitely have to get them a little bit of food soon. But I also want to get some silage going here because that is going to be some good income for us off the bat because as you can see, the bank account is pretty low at the moment. It's been a long time in this game since I've been this broke, so it's a little bit stressful. So we're going to have to try to find a way to make a little bit of income here. So yeah, I think we are going to fill up this silage pit as well, and we can get that started fermenting. So we can always use a little bit of silage to feed our animals as well, or actually, I guess just our cows. I don't think the sheep will eat silage, but that is an option as well if we need it. But I think I would prefer to sell the silage if possible, just because it's worth quite a bit of money. But yeah, as you can see, the sheep still have, their food troughs are just about full. And they have a little bit of hay over here, so we can keep them fed for a little bit. So yeah, we do have some of our own stuff still to do. But yeah, like I said, we are pretty low on money, so I would like to get a little bit more in the bank account. I think we're probably going to end up selling all of the straw from that wheat field over there as well. And I was almost thinking we do own all of this land over here. It's just meadow grass right now, so you don't get a huge yield from it, but I was thinking it might be worth just running around with the mower and turning all of this into hay and or silage as well. Just because, yeah, we do have quite a bit of unused land over here. So that is an option for us. I haven't 100% decided if we're going to do that or not for this year at least, just because, yeah, we do have a lot of other stuff to do as well. But I think one of the easiest ways to get a little bit more cash in the bank, earn a little bit more money right off the bat here is to do some contracts. We haven't had to do that for a long time, but yeah, it is a pretty good way to earn some money early on here. So I think we are going to do that. And I have installed a couple of mods related to the contracts. So the number one thing you might see is that we just have a lot of contracts in here because one of the mods was called More Contracts, which is basically just how it sounds. It just adds in a lot more contracts. So we have a lot more options to choose from here. And then I've also added in another one called Better Contracts, which adds just a couple of quality of life improvements, I think, with the contracts. One of which is if we select a contract, it will keep us on this screen because in the stock game, the behavior is as soon as you like accept a contract, it automatically switches you over to this active screen. So if you're trying to accept more than one at a time, you have to kind of switch back and then select it, and then it will switch you back to this screen, and then you have to manually switch back and select another one. So it's just kind of a pain. So there is an option with this Better Contracts mod where it will just leave you on this screen even after you've accepted a contract, which just makes things a little bit easier, a couple less clicks you have to worry about. And then it does actually add a couple of options up here for just filtering the contracts, so we can sort by profit per minute or net profit, or sort by the individual farmers or the total revenue or the mission type. So we'll probably just mostly leave it on mission type for now. That's kind of the default sorting. And then the other option I have turned on with the better contracts is that it won't show the progress bar until we've actually started a contract. Oh, and then the one other thing is that we can now actually complete the field. So with the default behavior, say if you're cultivating a field, you only actually need to get to say 95% to complete the contract. In the stock game, it will stop you at 95% and it won't let you access that field anymore. So that last little strip of field or whatever, that last 5%, you're never allowed to do, which is, it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of annoying. Just kind of feels nice to kind of complete the field when you're doing it. So that is an option with this mod, is that it will actually allow you to keep going after contract completion and actually finish off that field, which I think is going to be a little nice touch. But other than that, everything is the same. Like the contract values and everything are still the stock levels. And then there are a couple more mods I added that just add a couple more types of contracts. So I think you can see, down here, these mow and bale contracts is a new one that just comes up with a mod. And then I've also added one that adds rolling contracts, although we don't have any up for those right now. But yeah, that is now an option as well. But I think we are going to start off with these easy ones, which are just these deadwood contracts right here. We will need to buy a chainsaw, so we will have to spend a little money, but you got to spend money to make money. And we will come out ahead after all of these. So yeah, I think that's going to be a pretty easy way. I kind of regret in the last series not doing more of these, but I initially thought with the deadwood contracts that you actually had to remove the trees and like bring them to the sawmill to complete the contract, which I found out later is not actually true. All you need to do is cut down those trees and then the contract can be completed. So all we need to do is buy a chainsaw and then head over to that land, cut down like the 6 trees, and then we can collect that money. So I think we are going to accept all of these, and we will just drive around and cut down a bunch of trees, and that should net us a nice little profit there. So I think we will just go ahead and accept all of those deadwood contracts. Just like that. And then we have to go into our store and go down here and buy ourselves a chainsaw. So I think in the last series we used the Jones Red one. So this time let's go with the Husqvarna. Why not? This is probably the brand of chainsaw that I have used most in real life. So let's just go with that one. So now our bank account is even lower. We've got under 2 grand. So we're running it pretty close to the edge here, but yeah, we should make that back pretty quickly. So where did I leave my car here? I think we're going to jump in the Skoda to drive around. This is going to be a nice little transport vehicle. Actually, a viewer had a good suggestion. If we need some more money, we could actually just sell this car. We don't actually use it for that much. I was kind of planning to use it to move our water trailer around because it does have a hitch on the back, but we could always use a tractor for that as well. So that is going to be an option for us. I think I'm going to keep it around for now. But yeah, if we do need some money for something, that is an option. We could go ahead and sell this guy as well. So you can see all of our contract locations flashing on the map here. So we are down over on this side. So I think we'll start with this closest one, and then we'll just kind of maybe work our way around in a clockwise direction, get all of these completed, and then come back to the farm here. Okay, we have arrived at our first location. If you don't know how these deadwood contracts work, they're pretty easy. That red flashing circle there is kind of shows you the area that all the trees are going to be found in, and you just kind of have to run around and find these ones. They're always going to be marked with a little bit of paint here, but they're kind of distinctive looking as well. They all kind of look like just a dead tree there. So there's going to be a few on here, but I don't know why my chainsaw is rotating on its own. That's weird. Like I'm not touching anything to make it turn back that way. Yeah, that's very strange. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It keeps moving on its own, which is kind of annoying. I wonder. Okay, well, at least it kind of holds its position once I start cutting here, but yeah, that's going to be really annoying. I might have to try to restart my game and see if that fixes anything. Or maybe it'll fix itself. No, it's still just kind of rotating on its own. I don't know what's happening there, but yeah, this contract should be pretty easy. You just kind of find those trees with the paint on them and chop them down. And then at the end, you can go ahead and collect that contract. So we got a few more to do on this lot. So we'll just run around and get all these contracts done. And we can go ahead and collect them and get some more cash in the bank. Okay, we got that all that deadwood stuff done, so I think we can go in and accept all of those contracts now. So yeah, we'll just collect all of these. And yeah, we're up to almost 9 grand there. I'm still not quite sure what is going on with this chainsaw. I tried restarting the game, or like I tried restarting the save, and that didn't work. I tried exiting the game entirely and reloading the game, and that still didn't work. So yeah, I'm not really sure what it's doing, and it doesn't seem to do it all the time. Like right now, it's just sitting there. I don't know if maybe it fixed itself, but I feel like it was doing it basically that whole time. Like I basically just gave up and was cutting this way, even though like typically if you're cutting sideways, you would cut this way because that way it gives you a handle on the top, whereas this way it tends to be pretty awkward to use a chainsaw. But yeah, I don't know. It seems to have maybe fixed itself now. But in that last contract, it was still doing it, but now it's not. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't complain too much because yeah, it seems to be fine now, but it was pretty annoying at the time. But yeah, we got a couple contracts done, got a little bit more money in the bank, still not a whole lot. So yeah, I don't know, considering selling this car, but it is actually pretty fun to drive. I mean, I'm sure the locals are very impressed with me, and I already had a pretty good accident with a bus there. I tried to go around a corner, thought I could make the turn, but a little bit of understeer and yeah, definitely a bit of a collision there. But I'm actually just kind of curious how much we would actually get for that car if we decided to sell it. So if we go into our vehicles here, the Skoda. Oh, okay. So it's actually worth over 52,000 if we were to sell that. That's actually pretty good. And that's just the menu price. If we were to take it down to the store, we get like an extra 10% on top of that. So we'd actually get like 57, probably close to 5,800 for it. So that would be a pretty good chunk of cash there. It is definitely nice to have something quick that can boot around the roads, though, if we're just traveling around and we don't really need to haul anything. So yeah, I'm not too sure. Maybe we'll just keep that in mind, and we'll sell it if we need to. Like if we really need to buy a piece of equipment or something. I guess we could probably sell it and buy like a baler, because that would make dealing with that hay a little bit easier. I guess that is an option. Are there any balers other than that tiniest square baler that we could actually buy for that price? Should just double check that for a second. So yeah, none of the square balers other than the small square baler. We could do that one, and then the round balers. Oh, I guess we could probably buy that one. That one would just be enough, I think. So we'd be limited to the smallest size of bale. But I mean, I guess this one is too. That's a little bit tough though, because for only like $14,000 more, you can get up to the 150s. And for like an extra, not even 20 grand, you can get up to 180s. So, is it worth it to get this one? This is one of the ones that came with this expansion though, so it might be kind of nice to try. It is a little guy, but that might be kind of suiting for the map with the kind of smaller roads and all of our smaller implements that we have right now. Yeah, I really didn't think we would be able to afford anything other than that little square baler. So, yeah, we could trade in that Skoda for that. That would be an option. I'll have to think about that a little bit more. Because yeah, it is nice having something to boot around in. And yeah, like I said, we could just pile up a little bit of hay for feeding our animals right now and put most of that grass into silage. So it's not exactly urgent that we have a baler, although it would probably make things a little bit easier. We could try to do some other contracts. We do have like some harvesting contracts up that are worth quite a bit more money. And then we have straw to sell as well. We could probably get another 10 grand for that. So, yeah, maybe I will just think about that for a little bit, because I don't really want to sell that thing, but that is tempting to get a baler. So I'm thinking maybe for now, we'll just head over here to our combine and continue our harvest over here. And we can get all of this wheat done while I think about that a little bit more. Because we do have a pretty solid wheat field over here. I think this field is actually a little bit bigger than the barley field that we just did. Because, yeah, that was our field over there. If we look at the map, yeah, this is our wheat field, field 23 here. And the whole lot isn't a field, but it's pretty much like that field takes up most of that lot. And that lot size is 6.8 acres. And this one is only 5 acres. So yeah, we probably have at least an extra acre of wheat in this field. So yeah, this field is a little bit bigger, so it should take a little bit longer to do, but we will get a little bit more straw out of it as well, and a little bit more wheat, I'm assuming. So I guess if we really needed to, we could sell our grain right now, but it is like basically the worst possible prices. Yeah, like if we look at our barley here, yeah, it's basically at the bottom of the trough right now, with our peak coming sometime in the middle of winter around January there. And then exact same thing with our wheat. We're like right at rock bottom prices right now. So I would really like to avoid selling that stuff right now, if at all possible, because yeah, we can get a lot more for it if we wait. But we are a little bit short on equipment and money, so we might have to, or maybe we sell some of it. But yeah, I'll try to do all of our other stuff first. We could always do some contracts and stuff. So yeah, it's not super urgent that we sell it, but that is an option for us as well if we really need it. But yeah, anyway, I think yeah, it is 3:30 in the afternoon, and this field is going to take a little while, so we should probably just get to work with harvesting this, and we'll get it all put into our kind of bulk storage hall there. So yeah, we'll just get this thing fired up and get to harvesting here. And I think this is the last thing that we need to cut for this year, because yeah, we already did our barley. This is our wheat field. We've already mowed our grass as well. Oh no, we will have to do one more grass harvest in November, I believe. But for grain harvesting, I think this is going to be our last field. And then we will have another field that we could maybe plant as well. Yeah, it's like cultivated and plowed, it looks like, and ready to go, but there's nothing in it right now. So we'll have to take a look and see if we want to like plant canola or something in there maybe. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with all these fields. And as you can see in the top left, we have a bunch of like precision farming information as well that I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I've never done precision farming at all before, so I don't really know how to interpret any of that stuff. I mean, obviously I know like tons per hectare is like your yield amount and everything, but yeah, I'm not really sure how anything else with precision farming works. So I'm going to have to look into that as well before we start planting again, I believe. And we might have to go get a fertilizer spreader. We're probably just going to end up buying that super cheap, like $2,000 one. I was kind of thinking with this save too, we could potentially do a like a biological only, or like an organic farming kind of thing, where we don't use any like chemical fertilizers or herbicides, and just kind of use like the mechanical weeders or the like the animal products to fertilizer fields. That is an option, but we probably won't be able to do that right off the bat, I don't think, just because like we don't really have any like way to get slurry out of that pasture, I don't think, or manure. So yeah, we can't really get it anyway without buying some like structures first. So I think at least off the bat, we're going to have to stick with kind of the standard fertilizer spreader, and then maybe once we get more established and we can actually afford to put in like a slurry container and or a manure pit, we can start kind of going more organic. But yeah, I think off the bat, we're just going to get that cheap fertilizer spreader to get us started. But yeah, anyway, I will just finish up with this wheat field here. We'll get all this grain hauled in, and then we'll decide what we want to do next. Okay, we got that field done. So all of our grain is harvested for the year. I'm still not quite sure what we're going to do with those fields. I have to look at the crop calendar still and kind of decide if there's anything this year, like if we should try to replant those to something or if we should just leave them till next year. Not quite sure yet. But we got her done anyway. Got quite a bit out of that field. This thing was almost full the first time I dumped it, and now we got another full load. Plus, I think we had about 4,500 liters left in the combine that I dumped out. And yeah, we got the combine reparked there into its spot. It's a little bit dirty, and we burned half a tank of fuel on that thing already and done a little bit of damage. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I'm not quite sure where the fuel station is. I would like to get a tank on the actual farm here pretty soon. So that's going to be a high priority, as well as probably getting a shop so we can fix our stuff on our land instead of having to drive it all the way down to the shop to repair, because I can see that being a little bit of a pain. But that field had quite a bit of slope on it as well. I'm not really used to that. I think that's quite a bit more slope than any of our fields on Sri there. So this tractor was actually struggling to pull this full trailer up that hill the first time. It's going pretty slow, so we might have to try to prioritize the engine upgrade for this tractor fairly soon as well, but we'll see. We can definitely make it work the way it is right now. So what did we end up with in here? Okay, so we have 32,000 liters, almost 33,000 liters of barley and over 41,000 liters of wheat. So yeah, that's pretty good. Looks like we have lots more storage in there. It doesn't really tell me what the maximum storage is, because I feel like with the other silos, like when you went up to them, it kind of told you like how much was in there, but like how much of the total capacity was used as well. So I'm not really sure how much we can actually put in there. So that'll be interesting. Although I don't think it looks like we're anywhere kind of close to the limit at the moment. So I think we're good for a while. But yeah, I was thinking about it a lot while doing that field. And I think our best option is going to be to go to get that baler. I was initially thinking we could kind of just get away without one, because the only one we could realistically even come close to being able to afford is that tiny square baler. And we would have still had to do like some contracts or stuff to be able to afford that. But yeah, the fact that we can afford that new one. Actually, can we go in this building? Oh, we can too. I don't think I explored this before. Sorry, little ADD there, getting distracted. Oh, did we come in? Maybe we did come in from this side before. Not really sure, but yeah, don't really think there's anything actually useful in here, but we got a little bit of a workshop here. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't think, or I wasn't thinking that we would be able to afford anything other than that tiny little square baler, which I thought might be a little bit of a pain. But yeah, now that we know we could actually afford a round baler, even if it is a very small round baler, we will have to upgrade it before too long. But yeah, we could trade in this car and get a round baler. And as much fun as this car is to drive, it's just kind of got a limited usefulness for us. Yeah, it would come in handy to move that water tanker around just because it's fairly fast, but we can't always do that with a tractor as well. And yeah, there's not really much else we can do with this car. It was pretty handy booting around to go to those deadwood contracts, and it would be probably handy for that, but there's not really much else we can do with that car. So I think a baler is going to be much more useful for us overall, because we still have to figure out something to do with all that straw that's down in that field. We could just pick it up and sell it directly, but that does take quite a while with that little forage wagon guy. And kind of same thing with the grain. We don't really have a very good price for it right now. So if we were to bale it up and kind of store it somewhere, we could wait for a better price if we were going to sell it. And then it's going to give us a much better way to store our hay as well, instead of just kind of piling it on the ground. We will be able to kind of get some bales going and stack them up somewhere. I'm not quite sure where we want to put them. Maybe in that shed back there, or maybe we put the combine in that shed back there and we stack the bales in this shed. I would kind of like to get them undercover. Not that it actually matters in this game, but just for kind of realism sake, it would be kind of nice to get them under some kind of shed. But yeah, I think that's probably what we will do next anyway. So we'll get our grass taken care of. Still haven't quite decided what to do with this piece of land over here. I'm probably going to mow this down and use this as well. I think I will probably turn this into pasture at some point, but we're probably a little bit or a little ways away from being able to do that anyway. So for now, I think we might as well take advantage of that meadow grass. But I think the first thing we're going to do here is just boot this car down to the store and Oh, I guess we need, if we buy that baler, we need a way to get it back as well. Actually, where is our, let's grab our JCB here. And I might just unhook this, and I might tell a worker to take that down to the store for me. Yeah, we should just be able to go like this, and I haven't tried this yet on this map, so hopefully they can actually figure it out. Sometimes the workers struggle a little bit. Where was the store? Oh yeah, it's right here. So yeah, let's get that worker to bring that tractor right down there. Oh yeah, stopped work unexpectedly. Target is unreachable. So yeah, that's kind of what I was afraid of. So let me see if I get this guy out to a main road. It might be easier. Sometimes they just kind of struggle when they're kind of in the yard here. They don't really know where they're supposed to go, but yeah, if we get them out out to the road here, we might be able to figure it out. So let's go like this and try that again. Position blocked or unreachable. Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Okay, maybe it was just that specific location had something there that he can't get to, so he kind of looks a little bit drunk, swerving all over the place, but what are you doing? That's very interesting. I don't know. Maybe they'll figure that out eventually, but I guess we will grab the car and head down there as well. I'm sure we're going to beat the worker there, but we'll definitely bring it down to the store because you do get like an extra 10% bonus for selling it there versus just through the menu there. So yeah, it's definitely going to be worth the drive. But yeah, we'll get this baby sold before we crash it too many more times. See, I don't know why that worker wouldn't have been able to get here because I think I had that location picked as like basically the middle of that parking lot. So don't know why I would have thought that that spot was unreachable, but I guess do we go over here maybe? Can we drive right up on those ramps? I just kind of want to test this. It's probably not necessary, but yeah. Put her up on the ramps for an oil change. Can we repair this from here now? No. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't actually be in the zone. It's mostly just for aesthetics. I just kind of wanted to see if you could actually get up there. But yeah, we definitely want to repair this guy first. Okay, it's only $4 to repair it, but we will do that repaint as well. Not that it's really going to make a difference. Yeah, we'll get 58.8 for that, so that's pretty good. That's definitely a pretty good boost to the bank account balance there. That's going to be very helpful. So yeah, it's kind of disappointing we won't be able to drive that baby around because it was definitely pretty fun with that top speed, but we might have to buy another one here eventually at some point once we get a little bit more cash flow going on. But I'm wondering, did that worker drive past me? Oh, he did. Drove right past me when I wasn't paying attention. So he's here already, so we should be good to go. So yeah, I guess we'll just jump down to these round balers and I mean, I guess we could technically buy this one, but don't really know if it's any better. It's the same bale size, same top speed. It's quite a bit heavier, and it has a higher horsepower requirement. So it seems like if anything, this one is actually worse. So yeah, I think we will go with this one, and then yeah, it'll give us a chance to try something new that comes with this expansion here. So I might switch the tire brand just for something different. Not that it really makes a difference. And then yeah, I guess we better get it with some nets so we can actually go to work. So total is going to be 52.2. So that's going to eat up most of our money, but we're actually coming out a little bit ahead on that deal. So yeah, we'll go ahead and buy that guy. So okay, we got ourselves a baler. So it should be much easier to deal with all of our straw and our hay now. I think we will still use the silage pit for doing that. That would be a potential option as we could try to get a wrapper too. Actually, just out of curiosity, because I can't remember. Oh wow, that tiny little wrapper was actually more expensive than I was remembering. So that would still be 16 grand for that. So yeah, we're just gonna use the silage pit for the time being. We'll probably have to buy a bucket at some point as well, but we won't do that now just because I didn't put the loader arms on there, so we wouldn't really have any way to get it back to the yard, and it's going to be a while before we actually need to scoop any silage back out anyway. So yeah, that should be fine. Now I'm trying to think, do we need anything else while we're down here? I guess we are going to need a a trailer of some kind to be able to actually transport these in any kind of reasonable amount of time rather than just 2 at a time. And I wonder, oh, we should maybe also get a bale fork, but then again, I don't have any way to bring it back. Damn, I really should have put the arms on this thing. But I guess we can come back and do that again later. The store is actually not too far from the yard if you actually come down here the right way. The first time I didn't really know which way I was going, and I kind of took the scenic route, did the long way through the town, so it took a little while. But yeah, if you come down here the right way, it actually isn't that far. But yeah, let's take a quick look at our trailers here and see what our options are. I think we should almost try to go for this guy, just because it's got the sides on it. Might make it a little bit easier to stack bales because, yeah, I think we still kind of have the drifting problem. Oh, this one's got those sides on it as well. That might make it a little bit easier. Then at least they won't roll that way. I was kind of thinking these ones might be good for bales, but oh. And we also have this. Not really sure how that works. Oh, that's an extra 15 grand though. Yeah, we probably can't afford that off the bat. We have this version, and I'm assuming it looks like these are kind of on like hydraulic rams, so you'd be able to like lower one of those sides. So that might be an option too. That might make it handy, but I think like these ones still look like they kind of have pins in them. So I think you could like drop down one side and then stack the bales in. So this one still might be the better option. I'm not really sure. I've never used this trailer. We did have this one for a while, but we didn't have the extension on it. We just had the flat deck. But this one might be fine for moving bales as well. Not too sure. But we can't really afford either one of those at the moment anyway. So we're probably going to have to do some more contracts or something to be able to afford that. So I think for now, we won't worry about it. We'll just jump in our tractor and bring our baler back to the yard there. And then I think, what are we going to do here? Because I don't want to bale up all of our grass because I definitely want to keep some for silage. But we still need to like ted and windrow anything that we're going to make into hay. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll run this back to the yard and then we'll decide what we want to do here. Okay, we got the baler back to the yard, but I don't think we're going to use it just yet, actually. I think we're going to start with bringing in some grass for silage. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to start here. I'm not quite sure like how far that grass field is going to go. So I think, yeah, we'll just grab this forage wagon and I'm going to start hauling some grass in. That'll make things easy, and then we can kind of see how far it's going to go. I'll probably aim to do at least half the field, and we'll just haul that grass into that silage pit there, and then we'll kind of see how far that gets us, and then we can kind of decide what else we want to do, because we still have to kind of ted and windrow anything that we're going to make into hay, but the grass can just go directly into that silage pit to be made into silage. So yeah, we'll do that first, kind of see where we're at. We could always do like, oh, did I take a wrong turn here? I was supposed to turn up there somewhere. So our grass field is kind of up on top of this hill. Yeah, I'm definitely going the wrong way. Let's see if we can back up all the way down the lane here. But yeah, we could always go and just mow up that rest of that meadow that's over by our pasture there, and we could just make all of that into hay. Like we could do this whole field up here as silage, and then that whole other meadow as hay. And then that would probably get us enough to feed our cows for a little bit, and then we can kind of see where we're at, because we will get one more grass harvest this year. So we could kind of do most of this one as silage and just do a little bit of hay, and then kind of judge how much we're going to need to be able to feed our animals through the winter. And we could do the next harvest as mostly hay, or however much we think we're going to need to get through the winter. So that is kind of the plan right now. So yeah, I think I'm just going to start going here with this silage, and yeah, probably do about half this field to start, and then we'll see how much that actually gets us in the silage pit and see how we're looking. Okay, well, I think we're gonna call it there for now. As you can see, we have over 100,000 liters of chaff at this point, almost 114,000 actually. So I think that's gonna be quite a bit. That should be worth quite a bit of money to sell. Although, especially with our current equipment, like that's gonna take a long time to load up. Because the only bucket that we can get that would fit with a front end loader for this tractor is gonna be like 1,000 liter capacity, which is pretty small. So that's going to be like 114 scoops that it would take with a bucket to clear all that silage out of there, which I feel like would take quite a while. So yeah, I don't really want to go any further with that at the moment. I think we did a little bit over half of that field. I'm not 100% sure, just kind of rough estimate. But yeah, I think that's going to be good for now, and we'll do the rest of that field as hay. So I'm just going to drop this trailer off here, and then we'll have to go in there and try to compact that silage. I hope I didn't screw myself over by putting it too close to that back wall there. I'm a little bit worried now that it might be a little bit tough to get in there. But yeah, we still have to get the compaction going, so I'm hoping I can just drive on it enough to get it compacted, but I'm not really sure. Hopefully we can actually do this here. Because it's not really even... Oh, it moved up to 3%. Yeah, this might be a little bit difficult. I maybe should have spread it out a little bit more to make it easier. Because, yeah, this is not compacting very well at the moment. I wonder if the tractor size has anything to do with it, like if it changes by weight or wheel size. Because, yeah, we are not making a whole lot of progress at the moment. So maybe I will... pull this guy out of here for a second, and maybe we'll go get our bigger tractor and see if that makes a difference. See if that helps at all. Because I'm not sure if we can afford to buy like any kind of compactor or anything at the moment. Yeah, I think we'll jump into this guy. It's quite a bit bigger. Should be quite a bit heavier. Plus, it's got wider wheels. So, yeah, hopefully this helps compact it a little bit faster. And then, yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of wrap this up and let it ferment, and then we'll be able to sell it before too long. Although I think it's going to be a bit of work to sell it, but it actually should bring us in quite a bit of money. Because if I remember from the last series, like 100,000 liters in one of these bunkers was quite a bit. So we're up to 10%. Yeah, this seems to be maybe working a little bit better. But it still might take a little while. Yeah, I definitely should have spread this out a little bit more. I wasn't really sure how far it was going to go though, or how much of this bunker it was going to fill up. But yeah, we'll know for next time. Like if we do the other side, I'll just we'll kind of spread it out more. It should make it a lot easier to compact, or possibly like if we kind of go or like try to compact it as we go, it might be easier as well. I'm not really sure. It's been just about a year since we dealt with our other silage pit there, because I think I released my first video on this channel on like November 20th or right around there. So yeah, it's been just about a year. I guess it would have been a little bit after that we actually got our silage pit running and doing our silage, but yeah, that was almost a year ago. So I don't really remember a lot of the details about exactly how we did all of that, but this might take a little while. We're only at 27% right now. We got to get it up to 100%. So trying to think if there's any easier way we could do this. But I'm not really sure if there is. I think I just kind of got to go back and forth and continue to compact it until we get to 100%. Okay, we are almost there. 97%, 98%, 99. One more back and forth should do it. So yeah, that took a little while. kind of forgot how much compacting you actually have to do. I think with our last silage pit as well, because it was kind of a drive-through pit, we actually compacted it quite a bit as we were just kind of filling it up because we would drive through there every time, so we didn't really have to start almost at zero like we did on that one. But it wasn't too bad actually, but I think, yeah, next time if we do it, we just won't pile it up quite so much. But yeah, I was just trying to get it back as far as I could because I wasn't sure how much we were going to use. But yeah, we didn't really use a whole lot of this bunker, to be honest. So I think in the next one, we will go to this side and we might do a little bit more, but we could always spread it out a little bit more. We don't have to have it right packed to the back, and then maybe we'll drive on it a little bit more as we're kind of putting it in there to make it a little bit easier to compact at the end. But yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and blanket this guy. Do you really want to blanket? Yes, I think we do. We'll blanket that up because, yeah, we don't want to use up all of our grass right now because we do still have to make hay. So yeah, I think whatever is left in that field will get turned into hay bales, and then we'll be able to get some food in for our cows there, and stock up on some food for the sheep. And yeah, then we'll kind of see how much that gets us. So we'll remember that we got 113,000 liters of grass out of here. So then we'll kind of remember to keep track of how much we get out of that other field, and then we'll kind of have a total amount of grass that we'll get out of that field, and then we kind of use that to judge for our next harvest exactly how we're going to split things up, because we might, if we have enough hay left over from that field for this one, we might just be able to keep that for feeding over the winter and do the entire next harvest as silage to be able to get us some more money. But yeah, we'll kind of play that by ear. But yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap this episode up here. And in the next one, we'll get to making hay. We'll have to ted and windrow the rest of that field, get that baled up, and then we'll head down to our straw or our wheat field over there and get that straw baled up as well. And then we're going to have to figure out some way to make a little bit more money to get a trailer so that we can actually pick up all those bales and kind of get them moved where we need to go. So that'll probably mean doing a few contracts, but that's not too bad. But yeah, it's starting to get a little bit late in the day already. Maybe shouldn't have had it on 3x there for a lot of the day, because we actually still have quite a bit to do this month, and it's starting to get a little bit late in the day. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to do quite a bit more work in the next episode to kind of finish out the month here. So, oh, we actually have a little bit of wool out already. How much is there? Oh, that's only 14 liters. So yeah, that's not really going to amount to much yet. But yeah, the next episode, we will continue right where we left off, getting this this first harvest done. It's going to be 4 or 5 episodes probably just to get out of the first month here, but after that it should start to move a little bit faster. But yeah, I might have to go see if I can find some more info on that precision farming or whatever, figure out what we got to do for that too. I'm sure Farmer Cop probably has a video on it, so I might go try to find that and watch it. But oh yeah, I also did a little bit of landscaping already. I don't know why, but there's a weird bump in this transition. I noticed that a few times in the Zelonka map as well. I don't know if it's just nobody ever tested driving up some of these roads, but yeah, in some of the transitions, there was just some really weird bumps. So if you go over it with any kind of speed, it just kind of kicks you off. So yeah, the first time I went over it, kicked me into the fence there. So yeah, I went with the smoothing tool and just kind of smoothed out that transition a little bit to make it a little bit nicer. So it's a lot smoother to drive over there now. But yeah, anyway, lots more to do this month. So I'll shut her down here and we will pick up the next episode right where we left off. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon in the next one.